Hello, nice to have you here. I'm Eva, and today I want to introduce you into 4 seasons of menstrual cycle. So we have different seasons. We have different seasons in nature, but we also have different seasons in our body. And I want to draw awareness about how we can understand ourselves better, and then we can go with the flow of the seasons instead of fighting. So if you ever felt like you can't really do the same amount of work and the same work every day, every week, if you've noticed that some weeks you feel a bit more tired, some weeks you are more social, that doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. That just means you are a woman and you are changing. And each season has its own gifts. And for me and for most of my friends, we had conversations about that, is that we can use the season to do what we are feeling like doing, and then overall over the whole month we can be more productive if we rest and if we use the seasons in our advantage. So just to practically go through that, maybe some of you already have my calendar, so that's a tool where you can go through all the seasons. So you have a bit of explanation, and then you have a winter, transition to spring, you have a dynamic spring, summer, and then it's always written in here what kind of date it is. So I'll talk you through that, because it's possible that you already have the calendar and you just want to have a bit more information. So let's start with winter. What do you imagine when you hear word winter? What does it mean? Just giving a moment. Perhaps it's quiet, it's snow, you want to go inwards into your own space, so maybe you want to be inside. It's not very social, it's more reflective. Maybe you want to have a cup of hot chocolate maybe and just be inside. Well, that's a season for some of us where we have our periods, and that's called winter, inner winter, for resembling the winter. And for this season, I found out from the books, my experience, my friends, that it's best to just slow down a bit. And I appreciate that not everyone can take a day off from work. So even if you need to work, just take a little breaks or work a bit slower, or find a way how to have a free evening and just go to bed early. Just find a way how you can nourish yourself as much as you can and give yourself space to be. And if you have a lot of to-do lists in your head, just write it down and wait until the spring will come, if you can, of course. This is all suggestions. And if you'll be able to rest a bit more into this winter season, you'll be able to have more energy the whole month. So resting in this season is not something bad. It's actually the best what you can do. So if you're productive like some of my friends and you really keep going and going, pausing will make you faster in the next season. I'm sharing a bit more in the calendar, but it's about heat, it's about having a lot of maybe blanket or hot water bottle, just slowing down. Yeah, it's about saying no to the world and saying yes to yourself. If you need a mantra, that might be one of them. Then you will transition to spring. So there's a little snowdrop in here. So that's a time where your period already is ending and you feel like your energy is rising, but sometimes it can be back and forwards. For example, in February, you have some days which you feel like it's already spring, and then you have a frost again. So that's the transition. And I'm speaking about nature because that helps me to understand my own body and the experience I have. It's a good time to plan the month because you have a new beginning. It's like a spring in nature. It's spring with your energy, and as you will enter into the spring about the 7th or 8th day of your cycle, this can vary according of how long is your cycle. This is dynamic spring. So it's an active phase. It's a lot of you can do a lot of stuff done. You're very physically active. So if you do any kind of exercise, that's the time to do it. It's a time to try new things. You have a big performance level and physical stamina as well. And you can find yourself being pragmatic, a bit masculine in a way. You just go and you don't really care so much about feelings. And you can be very impatient as well when somebody wants to have a heart-to-heart conversation. Sometimes you find yourself that you just want to skip to the point. So that's the springtime. Then we go to summer. So that's the transition where your energy level will slightly drop, but it's like the drive will drop, but you will have open heart. So it's a good time to meet with people, and it's like entering the nurturing phase. You might experience yourself as altruistic, caring. You have a good ability to listen and communicate, and you might feel like really feminine. You might feel how can I explain that? It's a time where you have ovulation, most of us, so it's a time where you can get pregnant, but also it's a time where you can nourish your own projects or something you have just started. It's a lot about caring. Then we have going to the autumn. So autumn, that can be challenging time for some. Because that's a time where you have a very strong inner knowing. You know what is right and what is wrong, and you don't really have patience to explain it calmly. So sometimes you can have a lot of emotional roller coasters, and your mental focus can be also you might struggle to focus clearly on tasks. But the emotions which we are getting into this phase, which is sometimes we can have physical symptoms like problems like PMS. This phase has a gift as well, and that's emotions which you are feeling. They are carrying a message, and this message can help you to live better. I understand that it's challenging when you are feeling all kind of different emotions, but understand that that is a gift as well. So if you feel anger, just try to perhaps pause and just really think about why I'm so angry, what is driving me crazy. And maybe you can't change it, but maybe it's showing, it's putting light into an area of your life which needs change. And the good practice for this phase is to find a way how to release steam, how to release the emotions. So for me, for example, it's a creativity. In a way, I'm painting a lot. I am tidying up the whole apartment. I am doing something in order to process the emotions and in order to release the steam. Is there anything else I wanted to say? Yeah, it might not be a good time for very difficult social situations because your patience is not very high. So maybe if you are planning to meet with someone you find challenging, maybe schedule it for a different time. The autumn and winter are more inward journey, and you're more inward than extroverted or social. And just before your period in the autumn time, it's also good time to finish your tasks. So when you started in spring, you nurtured the project in summer, and in autumn you're finishing the project, or you're finishing a part of the project, and you're getting ready for winter where you're gonna rest again, and it will repeat. So for the autumn, probably love yourself as you are. That's the best advice I have been given. And find a way how to nurture yourself, how to do any kind of self-care procedures, anything what works for you. So it can be a hot bath, it can be some nice nutrition food, it can be aromatherapy, so I use a lot of essential oils as well, or just a herbal tea or different remedies. Yeah, that can help and ease the tension. And as you are finishing the autumn phase and going into winter again, where you start bleeding, you're back into the winter, which we have described in the beginning of the video, which is about stilling and about slowing down. I have a nice picture here. So that's the autumn, and you say, I'm releasing everything that no longer serves me and allowing myself to rest now. And you're going into this meditative state. I'm not always there. I'm not saying that's how I look in winter always, but sometimes I do. And winter has been very difficult for me a couple of years ago, but now it's almost my favorite time of the month. And I understand it's not like, I would not expect everyone will have it like this, but just resting, just not doing is such a gift for me. And it's just nourishing me for the whole month ahead. How does it sound to you? Does it make any sense? I would really like to hear from you. What do you think? There's an email you can send me. You can contact me through Instagram as well. I would really like to hear from you. What do you think? And if you're interested in this calendar, you can buy it as well from me. It's a tool which will never finish. So as you finish the winter, the autumn and winter, you flip back and you're going again and again. So this can be something for your desk or for your nightstand. And yeah, I already have quite a lot of people giving me feedback that it's helping them to understand where they are and just giving them permission to feel how they are feeling. And just going with the flow. So please let me know what you think, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Thank you for your attention. Thank you. Thank you.